You're still tired, you're still behind, you're still stretched thin, and you still feel like life is taking far more than it has ever given back. Rest is a pause, but the thing that's draining you never takes a pause. So ultimately, your body gets just enough relief to keep going, but not enough change to stop being depleted. And that's not healing, it's maintenance. No amount of rest will heal a structure built on your depletion. For many of you, you have been doing exactly what you were told would fix your exhaustion. You're sleeping more, you're taking days off, and you're prioritizing rest wherever you can. And yet, you're still tired, you're still behind, you're still stretched thin, and you still feel like life is taking far more than it has ever given back. And that's not because your approach to resting is wrong. It's because rest alone was never designed to fix the actual problem. Rest is a pause, but the thing that's draining you never takes a pause. You rest and return to the same demands. You recover and then re-enter the same level of pressure. You make sure that you're getting the appropriate amount of sleep, yet you still wake up to the same amount of extraction. So ultimately, your body gets just enough relief to keep going, but not enough change to stop being depleted. And that's not healing, it's maintenance. And it shows up in your life when you wake up already on edge. It's opening your eyes and immediately feeling behind. It shows up in the moments where you sit down, but you never fully relax. And it shows up even in the quiet moments, those moments where your body stays on alert like it's waiting on the other shoe to drop. And that's what it looks like when you're never fully resting. You're just recovering enough to respond again. And over time, that constant readiness becomes your baseline. And then when all of that work that you have implemented and put in place hasn't really worked, you're then conditioned to turn around and blame yourself. You start to think maybe you're not disciplined enough, or maybe you're not intentional enough, or maybe you haven't healed some part of yourself and you need to go deeper and deeper to resolve the issue. But what if the issue isn't about how well you rest? What if it's about what you're being asked to return to? And that's what we're talking about today. If this message is already landing uncomfortably close to home, I invite you to lock in, because this channel exists for Black women who are done being told to heal and recover in systems that were never meant to sustain them. Subscribe not for self-care tips, but for structural clarity. I want to make it clear that rest doesn't fail because it's useless. It fails because it was never meant to solve extraction. Rest helps the body recover, but extraction is about how your life is structured. And if the structure stays the same, the outcome stays the same. Sleep doesn't change the system. Vacation doesn't change the system. Self-care doesn't change the system. They just make it a little bit more bearable to keep participating in it. And here's how depletion actually works. First, your time is fully claimed. It's in the work, the caregiving, the emotional labor, the managing. It's in the holding everything together. Then that energy never compounds or takes you further than where you already are. Every ounce is spent responding, stabilizing, and fixing. And then your body is forced to adapt in order to survive. That looks like high cortisol, shallow rest, and constant vigilance. And from that place, rest becomes recovery and not restoration. So you have just enough energy to return to the chaos, but not enough energy to redirect. And that's why you're resting, but never fully recharged. So for the next few days, I challenge you to choose one block of time that doesn't produce anything for anyone else. Not rest, not recovery, not self-care. This time that you're scheduling is for you to reclaim some direction in your life. This time belongs to you and only you, to begin to plan and build what will eventually give you more freedom. In that time, you're not scrolling on the internet, you're not catching up on all the things, you're not pouring yourself out. You're doing one thing, and that's compounding your energy outside of the system. That might look like taking an audit and asking yourself, what skills do I have right now that I could leverage towards building what I actually want? That could even look like redesigning your current structure in a way that gives you more control over your time and how you spend it. Or maybe you could sit down and really start mapping out in detail a path forward that doesn't depend on your constant output. And this time and space is not about hustling more. This is exit strategy in action. And this isn't designed to solve all of your problems in one day. So take your time, breathe deeply, and really allow yourself to imagine what a path forward could look like. And I would also suggest being very protective over this space and this energy. For many of us, an exit plan doesn't have many roots in the ground, so it's at a very fragile place that deserves nurturing and care. Because a lot of times when you're thinking and imagining outside of the system you're already in, it can trigger a defense response from the people in your life, even if they care about you, even if they want well for you. And that response can often feel hurtful or heavy, and we don't want that energy in this space because we want to protect what we're dreaming towards. It's already hard enough to dream and think beyond our current limitations. So do yourself a favor, protect the energy, keep it sacred and personal until you're actually in motion and you're able to sustain the vision. This type of extraction that we're discussing, it depends on your time being fully claimed. When you begin protecting time to build your own structure, that dependency begins to break down. The system slowly starts to lose access little by little, and you begin to gain leverage. And your nervous system starts to respond differently because it senses movement towards freedom and not just relief. And this is exactly what I'll be working through in a live that I'll be hosting this month. Because this work deserves care and you shouldn't have to walk it out alone. If this video changed the way that you see rest, type rest in the comments. Because rest was never meant to repair a system built on your depletion. And this channel is about giving you that clarity so that you can learn how to stop feeding what exhausts you and how to start building what sustains you. Black women first, because your life was never meant to be the fuel building someone else's kingdom.